Moises Caicedo to Chelsea is hotter than ever in the sense that the bid's already placed. They're literally talking about payment structures. I'll break it down, I'll give you guys the sources so you can all get off my back. We've even got how long the contract's going to be and why he's so keen to sign it. And another thing, biscuit hands, Kepa Arrizabalaga is on his way to Real Madrid. Not on a permanent, no. With a loan without an option and a loan without an obligation. Let me explain it to you guys. Let's break it down. We'll even talk about a potential replacement coming in. But before that, I need you lot to do a massive favor. It's the start of the video. Hit the like button. It goes a long way. 1,000 likes on this video because Moises Caicedo at Chelsea is a revolutionary player. And you lot should be over the moon the way I am. Subscribe as well. We are 350 away from 30k. If we can do that today, I'll be super grateful and I'll really be appreciative. Now, let's move on with the story. Welcome to the Kavkas View, guys. The bid has been placed. A lot of you gave me a loss. A lot of you literally were saying you're making this up. Why would I make this? I'm a Chelsea fan just like you guys, right? How do we know the bid's been placed? Fabrizio Romano has confirmed the bid was placed. Fabrizio Romano said the bid was already placed. And more importantly, Simon Phillips confirmed that it was in the morning of. Matt Law said Chelsea have placed the bid. But why has it been so long for the news to come out and circulate? Well, let's break this down. Number one, there are two sides of media angle. You need to understand, when bids of this magnitude occur, there are two parties, the winning side and the losing side. Both need to do PR. And when I say PR, public relations, they need to send their statement out. They need to send their message out. So there are two camps. The Chelsea camp. Chelsea are actively saying they are working on a payment structure. Brighton and Chelsea are about to agree £115 million bid. Do you understand how much money that is? Do you understand how this payment needs to get spread out? This is a big deal that's going to happen. De Zerbi confirmed the player's going. De Zerbi confirmed that the individual is gone. He's out of there. As it stands, unless something miraculous happens, unless unforeseen circumstances occur, the bid has been placed and the bid will be accepted and Moises Caicedo will become a Chelsea player. You've got Chelsea players liking tweets that Fabrizio Romano is saying. You've got individuals close to Moises Caicedo confirming that he's telling players, I'm gonna see you in a few days. This player wants to be a Chelsea player. We know he's signing an 8-year deal plus one of an option for the players camp. It's a similar deal that Enzo Fernandez signed. It's a similar deal that other individuals within the team have signed. These players are here for the long haul and we could have our midfield sorted for the foreseeable future. But there is the other side. There's the Liverpool journalists that are coming out. Individuals that are in coups with Liverpool. The ones that get fed information from Liverpool and put their food on their table for their family based on the information Liverpool give them. For example, Sky Sports, Melissa or whatever her name is. She is a very credible journalist when it comes to Liverpool news. I'm not saying she's making it up. I'm saying this is the information she's being given. That the agent is heavily pushing for a move to a Chelsea. The agent believes he's going to get paid more. Liverpool are frustrated. Liverpool believe that he's selecting it all over money. And more importantly, they're feeding nonsense information like FFP other journalists. Chelsea do not have FFP issues. And I'll explain to you why they don't have FFP issues. Number one, I am not an accountant or a lawyer. So the advice that I'm going to give you guys right now could be wrong. And the articles that I read are not done by lawyers or accountants. They are completed by journalists. Journalists that done English majors, that went and studied most probably history, geography, English lit, English lang at university. Some of them won't even know how to read a balance sheet if you put it in front of them. Some of them won't even know the definition of amortization if you ask them directly. The only thing they will know is how to write about it in a creative manner, in an enticing manner to make people either A, scaremongers, or B, so enticed by the story, they continue to read, hence why they're at the top of their profession as journalists. What I understand is Chelsea have the top lawyers, top accountants that have literally looked for loopholes, looked for accounting principles to get Chelsea into a position where they can spend money on Mikhailo Mudryk, when they can spend money on Enzo Fernandez, where they can spend money on Moises Caicedo, on Lavia. But the thing that you guys are forgetting, Mason Mount, pure profit, £60 million. We will sell Conor Gallagher. We will sell not Nathaniel Chalobah, Trevor Chalobah. We will sell the players that have come through the youth academy that we need to move on. We sold Billy Gilmore, pure profit. We will move Callum Hudson-Odoi, pure profit. Some of these players go straight onto the books now. It's not for the future. And this is what I think people don't understand. We have individuals in power that know exactly what they're doing. And these FFP regulations that Liverpool side of the Twitter is scaremongering. It doesn't make sense. I'm not qualified to give you FFP advice. Neither are they. Don't listen to them. Only listen when we get charged. Only listen when we get charged and there is a statement released, and none of you will read the 800 pages that Manchester City got charged or whatever it was when UEFA released, because it's above our pay grade. We are not educated enough to read through the lawyer jargon, the accounting jargon, unless we're lawyers or accountants. And none of us are. And trust me, you don't want to be a lawyer nor an accountant. Very boring jobs, a lot of attention to detail, to a lot of numbers that really don't mean anything. So guys, I'm sorry, but as of this moment, Moises Caicedo is going to be a Chelsea player because the bid has been placed. We have got it basically accepted. We're just discussing how we're going to pay Bright in their piece, and that's it. I'm sorry, I hate to go on a rant, but it's really frustrating me. Those comments yesterday from a lot of people were really annoying because it was personal attacks against me, not the news, me. Finally, Biscuit Hands is gone. Kepa Arrizabalaga is gone in the sense that we got a here we go. He's going to be flying out to Madrid and becoming Madrid's #1 this year. But the way he left, the conditions are the ones that have really surprised me. Like when I tell you, they've really shocked me. So Chelsea have loaned him out just on a straight loan thing. Like they literally said, here's a loan. Take it. We don't care. We don't need an obligation. We don't need an option. And then I had to sit down and I had to literally just break it out, right? Break it down into little compartments. Number one, all we've heard this summer is Poch is willing to work with Kepa. Poch is willing to develop Kepa. He believes his keeping coaches could do a good job with him where Kepa can go to a good level. However, first attempt we get, first real interest, and Kepa's out the club. Like Kepa literally got moved on like there's nothing. So clearly that was a lot of nonsense that we were hearing, because if Kepa was that important to the entity that is Chelsea Football Club and their manager, he would have stayed. He wouldn't just be loaned out. Number two, we get a loan fee. Loan fee that we get is basically as compensation for letting him go for 1 year. No problem with that. Number three, we get 180k off the wage bill. That is good for two reasons. One, we get to save money on Kepa, on an individual that most probably they view that is ridiculously overpaid and not our #1 because they think Robert Sanchez is going to be. And two, it ensures that players in and around Kepa are not getting frustrated by how much money he's getting paid and thinking about getting a new contract. Because if Kepa's on a base that is like ridiculously high, like 180, 190k, it will bring bad vibes. Guys, there's nothing worse than when you're working with a co-worker, you're getting paid less, but you're doing way more, and somebody's not pulling their weight. Frustration breeds, and you don't want to make it personal, you don't want to make it about money, but sometimes it is a late night, you're working overtime, and you're like, you know what, why am I working overtime when I should be getting paid more than this guy? And that's the fact of the matter, sadly. And finally, like the final point about this Kepa deal is he's got a year left on his contract next year. So what we're going to do is, I don't know. We're most probably going to move him on. He was literally itching at the opportunity to jump to go to Real Madrid. That makes so much sense. He's a Spanish international. His dream would have always been either Barcelona or Real Madrid. There's no two ways about it. Like that is the pinnacle for any Spanish football. Always end up at one of the juggernauts in your country. And the fact that he's not loved by Chelsea fans, let's not beat around the bush. No matter what he does, we always remember the mistakes. We always say, but it's Kepa. And people like me call him Biscuit Hand. So I think it is important that we basically just take the W on this. We got him out the club. Next year he comes back, we're moving on. And whether it's cheaper or not cheaper, it's all about getting him off the books. I think next year we go for a top-fledged keeper. There was some rumors about Kasper Schmeichel, but then they came out and said it was not true. I think Robert Sanchez is our goalkeeper, and unless he has some sort of miraculous turn in form, next season we are going after a top keeper. And when I say a top keeper, I mean a Mike Maignan and level of Diego Costa from Porto, someone of that caliber. I think we are going to go and break the bank for a top player, maybe 50-60 million pound worth. Otherwise, guys, Kepa's moved on. Moises Caicedo is going to become a Chelsea player. The Lavia deal's gone very quiet because there's a lot of negotiations going on behind closed doors. But otherwise, guys, there will be a review tonight. I hope you lot enjoyed this video. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Let me know your thoughts. Peace out. I'm out. Bye.